Hi guys, this is Luke. Just a quick intro just to thank you for downloading and apologise again for the quality of the podcast you're about to listen to. Unfortunately, we uploaded the wrong file. There was loads of tracks missing and we're not quite sure what happened, but somehow in the editing process, a couple of the tracks have been deleted in certain sections in the editing process, leaving huge silences, and it wasn't retrievable. So we've just gone back to the raw, and rather than spending a couple of days of re-editing, just thought we'd just chuck that up for you to listen to. So I really do apologise for that. Sorry it's not as good quality as you've come accustomed to hearing in the past few days, but I promise next week's episode 12 will be back on track. Otherwise, thanks for downloading, thanks for listening. Bye.
Hello, good evening everybody. Welcome to yet another week. We're still here going strong of the D&D show. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, all right.
Good.
All right.
Good. I think I've, as usual, shitting a brick. I don't know why this gets me going so much, but it always does. So we'll see how we get on tonight. Cool. All right then. So we've got the usual crowd with us. As always, I am the co-host, and your GM for this adventure. My name is Luke. We are the D&D show, as I said, and we are currently playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. It's in the name, really, isn't it? Making our way through the starter adventure set, The Lost Mine of Phandelver. With me tonight, as always, I'm joined with the usual crowd. We have got Mr. Gavin Bourne. Beer's got to my head. Gavin Bourne, who plays Burr.
So good they named him twice.
Swashbuckler. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just relishing the last week off of work before I go back next week.
I think earlier on when we were kind of running tests and stuff, and you dropped out while you were sorting out your camera, we were talking about what's going to happen when people go back to work. Do you think you're going to be all right next week?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Good.
Yeah, I'll be fine. No worries.
Brilliant.
Can you remember how to do it?
ride to work on my motorbike asleep after we go on till midnight.
Well, I mean, we were almost on time this morning today, so if we can get a little bit earlier, then hopefully we can finish a little bit earlier as well.
That'll be right.
Next up, we've got James Bly playing Just Escapes, the human paladin. How are we today?
Yeah, I'm good. Looking forward to bashing some skulls.
Brilliant. Bringing the justice, collecting those taxes.
Shoes.
Lisa Houghton,
Houghton,
Millicent, the health and bar.
That is a good IPA, isn't it?
That's a really good IPA.
Half Elven Bard is a good IPA. It's nice, mango IPA. It's all right. How strong is this? I need to slow down. One pant, whatever that means.
That's how strong it is.
It's one pant. 5.6. That's actually.
You sure it doesn't say pints?
No, it's only a little tiny. It's like one of those little tiny kind of American size cans. Yeah, 5.6 though, and I'm a lightweight, so I only drink on a Tuesday, so it always goes to my head. How are we, Lisa? How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Not too bad. As I said, always filled with nerves. Feeling better. Was a bit rough this morning. Couple of rough nights sleep and a bit of a dodgy stomach today, but we're all right tonight. The alcohol will certainly help with that, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Nothing like an IPA to settle the old belly, innit?
This is it. So yeah, if we should be all right, but if I have to pause the game to run to the loo, I do apologise in advance. And then that was the beautiful dulcet tones of Sean Lee.
I'll take that.
Gnome druid Pock. With his duck.
Hello.
With his duck. Have you got a name for the duck? Have I asked you this before? Is it just
It's
duck? Just duck.
Yeah,
the
it's
duck.
just duck. Duck the duck.
Good.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, well, good. I've been outdoors today. I haven't been outdoors for what feels like forever.
Yeah.
So I've had a nice little top up of vitamin D.
Good.
Dust the old cobwebs off. Yeah, no, I'm all right.
Lovely.
It's been nice to see what outside looks like.
Yeah, no, we've been getting out quite regularly, going for walks and stuff, especially since we got the dog, going on for walks. So I went to my pretty well. That's a lie. I was about to say I went to my first supermarket. I've nipped to Asda a couple of times throughout the lockdown, but I did my first proper shop with the wife today. Went to Aldi, and it was bloody horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Oh yeah,
Shopping always is horrible.
just everyone's. It's just so scary now. No one seems to care anymore, and you literally have to just dive out the way of people.
And
It's insane.
That is really what it's like. Certainly in Aldi, my wife's been doing all the shopping throughout. Like she's just been nipping off on her own going shopping, but unfortunately, she's not allowed to drive at the moment. She's just had to store in her car. So the past week or so, I've been taking her and just sitting in the car outside with the kids while she goes in and does it. But today was just like, sod it, everyone else is relaxed, let's go in. But it was horrible, absolutely horrible. And it's people just getting right up in your business, man. Like it's just, oh well.
Shopping's never fun anyway.
Yeah, if you
No, exactly.
no, that is it as well. But I mean, if you believe the hype, then it's all the not the hype, the conspiracy theorists. It's all a load of bollocks anyway. So, and fight, who knows?
Obviously.
Obviously,
That's a problem though, isn't it? Because then if it's all right now, then they've got more ammo.
yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. I hope it is all right though, but I mean, there's.
Yeah.
I do hope it's okay. I want life to go back to normal, and enough people have died. But that is the thing is that people have died, and it's not just it's not just people saying, oh, more people die of the flu. Well, no, like the figures state excess deaths. That means that there are like 50,000 people who have died more than normal, on average. So there's no denying those facts. So anybody out there who believes that conspiracy theory can piss off. Unlike the conspiracy theorists who believe that 9/11 was an inside job, you guys are bang on the money.
I mean, that's its own podcast.
I'm sure it's been done.
Where he weighs up conspiracy.
Yeah, that one and the other one.
Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, and 9/11.
Dogs can look
It's
up.
the first episode.
Dogs can look up, man. They look up. No, the one I like. Have you heard the one? It was quite old now, so you probably have. But you heard the one about fucking hell, what's her name? Avril Lavigne. You hear that one?
Oh yeah, they replaced them.
No.
Yeah, that she died, and then her body double took over and stuff. Yeah,
Of course.
That's
Just like
Same with Paul
McCartney.
McCartney, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. My wife's saying, yeah, that was true. Anyway, enough about that. That's a different podcast, which has probably been done.
Almost definitely.
Tory wankers. And we're going to go over
Another podcast.
No conspiracy there, they're all just wankers.
They are. I was seething this morning. I had a bit of a to do with some guy on Facebook this morning, and in the end, I was just like, just fuck off, literally, just fuck off. And I had to turn off my notifications because I was like, literally about to have an embolism.
I'm still going on there, man.
It's just all this, and it's all this stuff that's mainly going on in America, it's going on in England, and it is the whole Black Lives Matter thing. You know what? Like, again, just fuck off. Just fuck off. Stop trying to justify your racism. All this fucking White Lives Matter stuff and All Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Just fuck off. All right.
Isn't it weird how it's all gone a bit quiet now the football's back on? Funny that, isn't it?
Well, that's what started it.
There's no one protecting statues anymore.
There was a
West Ham are on, so
some football match last night where some twat hired a plane to fly over with a big old sign saying White Lives Matter. And that's what it was all about today. And he was like, well, give me some facts. I want concrete facts that prove that White Lives isn't a racist slogan, and that that there is such thing as systemic racism, institutional racism. And I was like, you're having a fucking laugh. It's not my job to give you that. And if you can't be bothered to go online and research it your fucking self, then you're just an ignorant fucking tosser, you racist pig. Piss the fuck off. Oh, mate.
Let's play some D&D.
So let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. We probably just
Are there any racists in the forest that we can kill? Is that all right?
Yeah.
We'll just make sure all of the goblinoids and whatever are
they're all carrying English Defence League badges and
Well, I'm
shit.
sure we can just label them racist, even if they're not. It's
just for
fine.
flavour.
So we've got some people in the chat as always. So let's just say hello to the crew. We have got Psychon sent hello. He's not sure if he's going to make the whole night. He's having some PC problems. Hello, Psychon sent. Hello, Flack38. Hello, Lecky Macon, our fan from Denmark. Pleasure to see you again. Lucaroo, hello. Dasbury 303, and that's Peter, yeah?
Yay.
Yeah, hello, Peter.
Hey,
Oh, Gavlar. So, Gav, you're in the chat. Hello, Gav.
I'm in the chat. Yeah.
We've got Fires of Athaline. Now, these guys I've been chatting to on Twitch, on Twitter. Seem like really good guys. From the UK, down, I want to say in... Nope, I've lost it. Near Somerset, but not Somerset. There's a big city down there. I can't think what the hell it's called. Begins with a B.
Devon?
No.
Bristol,
I think. Yeah, that's the one. Really nice guy. Got a group of guys.
Lover.
And they have got their own stream and podcast that is just launched this week, I think. So check them out. Fires of Athaline, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And they've basically developed their own system to play with as well. It seems really interesting. They started off modeling it on 5e, but from there they basically stripped it back, added in more customer optimization, added in more changed the magic system. They've changed the way that combat works. They've made it a little bit more deadly with more kind of locational hits and stuff like that. And they said that I was chatting to them, and there's a roleplay system I used to love when I was a kid called Rollmaster, and they did an offshoot of that called MERP, Middle Earth Role Playing, where the combat was deadly, and when you attacked, you would get critical hits, but it wasn't based on a natural roll of a 20. It was just based on how good you were, and so you could end up killing people with one hit if you rolled well enough. And they you would roll a D100 to see where you are. It was a fantastic system, really complicated, and they said they actually. There's my dog. Shush. And they said they've used that for some inspiration. So it sounds like a fantastic system that I really want to know more about. So as soon as that podcast drops, I'm going to be all over that. Moving on, Jam Boink. He's been here before. He says finally managed to make it. He's missed the past 2 weeks because he was no lifing playing Valorant. Managed to give it a break for tonight to watch. So thank you very much, Jambo. It's good to see you back. And then Fires of Athaline says nice presentation. So cool. That was all designed by Sean, Mr. Pock. So if you like what you see and you want maybe something designed for yourself, and Sean's your man, hit him up.
Give me work, please.
Yeah, hit him up on Twitter, or more likely you prefer Instagram, which is on the screen, at Sean F. Lee, if you want any graphic work or anything done. You're also a videographer. You do like photography and videos and weddings and sound engineering and stuff as well. You do like stage shows and a lot of event work on the tech side of things. But lots of video bits, graphic design. Cool.
If you ever need a backup photographer at weddings, by the way, Sean,
do you do?
I have done, yes, in the past.
Oh, excellent! Oh, sweet, yeah, definitely.
If you ever need number 2, give me a shout.
Maybe if we ever get to the point of doing a Patreon, we can make that one of the stretch goals of like
from your wedding.
Sure. If you take photos at your wedding,
want to give us £100 a month, and then you can have a free photo shoot or something. So and then Dasbury, so Pete says this intro went places. Yeah, it always does. And that's about it. Fires of Athaline says thanks for the shout out. Looking forward to the show. And did someone say dragon?
Bum, bum, bum.
Bomb, bomb, bomb. How about that for an intro? There we go. They did. Somebody did say dragon. So who's going to roll the D20 tonight? Who is going to go first and give us the catch up for all the people at home?
Ooh, I rolled a 6.
I'm going to roll the one that I've not been rolling well on.
17.
Oh, 18.
Yeah.
15.
Sean.
Is that you then, Pock?
Right. I've not organised my notes, so we'll see what happens here. Yeah. How far back we going?
Well, I mean, kind of paraphrase the general story for any new listeners, and then just give us like what everyone wants about what happened last week and this dragon.
Give us a quote.
Right. Be ready to be paraphrased like you've never been paraphrased before. So at some point, I don't even know where to start. I bumped into some guys who were in a cave, and they were delivering some stuff to Fandolin on behalf of a fella called Gundren. Gundren got kidnapped by some goblins. Oh God. Gundren got kidnapped by some goblins, and we lost him and someone else. So anyway, fast forward, we're in Fandolin, right? And Fandolin is full of these things called red brands, and we're still looking for Gundren. We get asked to wipe out the red brands because they're being naughty in the city of Phandalin. We bust into a cave and do so. There's a fella called Sildar. Now, Sildar is friends with Gundren, and he's a member of the Lord's Alliance. And he has a friend called Iano, and Iano's gone missing. He's come to Phandalin looking for him. What's he playing at? Where's he gone? It turns out that Iano is the head of the Red Brands, and going under the pseudonym of Glassstaff. This is terrible. Sorry.
It's all right.
So we chased him out of the cave. Various things died, including some of us. So now we had a chat to some villagers looking for Glassstaff. We need to find him. He's been chatting to a guy called the Black Spider, who runs Cragmaw Castle. Very naughty person indeed, or whatever he is. We believe that he is after the mine that Gundren and his brothers have possibly found.
The Lost Mine of Vandilva.
That's the one. Insert title here. So anyway, we've headed to Thundertree because we heard that the guy called Radoff has headed there after talking to some of the villagers. And Radoff knows the location of Cragmaw Castle. So off we popped to Thundertree. We got there. Watch out. There's plant monsters and zombies. None of which we've... Oh, no, we came across some little plant monster things. Killed about 8 of them. Smashed them up.
We did encounter zombies as well in the tavern.
Oh, yeah, there were zombies. I forgot about that, yeah. Zombies on the way there. There were some dusty little fuckers, weren't they? And the dust made us feel a bit oozy. A bit like hay. It was like hay fever and asthma all in one episode. So yeah, we've done that. Had a chat with Rudolph, who was disguised as a squirrel. He's absolutely mental. And now, for some reason, we trust him to lead us into the deep forest of Neverwinter to find the Black Spider. Why not?
Hasn't he written on our map?
He's driven it. Yeah, he's done us a map, and Droop's
right.
kind of our guide, isn't he?
Sorry, that was awful, but you know,
That's pretty much
Oh,
it.
good.
A rough gist.
That's the rough
That's
gist of
about
it,
it.
absolutely, yeah. So we ended off last week where you just killed off some of these twig blights, and it will kind of look kind of like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. You just killed off a load of them, and then the squirrel comes out, and then poof, Redoff appears before you as a human. He's a druid. He can change shape just the same as Pock can. And he tells you to bugger off, basically. He's like, this place is dangerous. Didn't you see my sign? What are you doing here? There's blood monsters and zombies. Go away. Your madness. And then you say, oh, actually, we're looking for you. We were told by Quelyn Alderleaf that you knew where everything was around here, and that if anybody could help us, you could. We need to find Cragmaw Castle to rescue our friend Gundren. And he is like, okay, if it means you're going to leave, then yeah, sure, because between you and me, there's a fucking dragon around here, and you're going to get it. And then I think we pretty much left last week with you guys going into his little hut to basically I don't know, we decided because I think we worked out it was probably about midday, sort of early afternoon ish by that point. So it's whether or not you wanted to kind of just be like scarpering straight away, or whether you were going to stay there for the rest of the night and rest up before you leave, or not. So basically what he did is so it's up to you guys.
What do you think, guys? Do you think we should
long rest would be nice.
long rest or just bugger off?
We'll just rest so we get our stuff back.
How far have we got to travel?
Okay, so I haven't added it to your map, but he did scribble it on your map for you. So you are up in Thundertree, ping, and you need to travel to approximately... I haven't got the map with it on in front of me. It's in the book, which I've put away. It's about there. If you saw that ping. So let's see if I can...
we're in front of the train. We need to get down there. Okay. So we got to either travel through...
We went past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the forest.
Can we travel to like sundown and then camp?
It's in there. basically.
What was
Well, we could.
We
What
could
was-
travel till sundown and then camp.
sundown and then
Yeah,
camp?
or we
yeah?
could go
That
to
way.
Helmshold and camp there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Go back.
Hamside is only about 10 miles away, so it's not far at all. So you could. I think it's what you did on your way here. You slept over at Helmshold
Yeah.
like last night. So you could head back there. So
Yeah.
What's going to make it so that we end up at the castle in daylight or nighttime? What do we actually want to do?
yeah, I mean, you can plan that.
Well, that's what I
So
mean.
I think-
We're better off getting closer to Cragmaw Castle
Mm.
before we camp.
What's our approach going to be when we get there? I think Sean, you mentioned disguising as Red Brand.
Yeah, we've got our red brand cloaks. I think if we
Yeah.
at least have them on first and foremost, so that if anyone does see us, we're not instantly attacked, or we're at least questioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a good idea.
Save a few hit points.
So it's about.
But yeah, we want to slug it all the way through the forest from Thunder Tree. We don't really, do we?
No, but we can skirt the forest.
The forest is a really dark, magical, dangerous place. It's not inherently evil. It's kind of ambiguous, really. It doesn't care about good and evil. It's just leave me alone. Kind of. It's got, people say it has a mind of its own, so it doesn't like intruders. So when people do kind of build up campments around it, it's always on the outskirts, like Thunder Tree, or like where Cragmaw Castle is. And of course, but forests being forests, potentially, when that was originally built, whatever it is, perhaps the forest wasn't actually quite there at that point. Maybe it's
grown out.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really know.
Yeah.
How far are we to that? Sorry, I don't know. You had the measurements up.
I did. So basically, it's
Sorry.
about 2 days travel if you go directly. So you would want to, if you wanted to go to Helmshold first, you'd be looking sort of at kind of like that. So you're looking roughly at 2 days if you want to skirt the outside. You could, of course, try and go straight down to sort of like skirt the outside.
And then
go
camp
in.
out somewhere.
I mean, it's still basically the same, but you could do that if you wanted to. If you, I mean,
I was
if you were to aim,
thinking.
go on.
So sorry. Well, Cragmaw Hideout, is that where we all met?
It is. Yeah, Cragmaw Hideout is where you met originally. That was the cave full of goblins where you rescued Sildar originally.
Was it worth?
Going there and camping out there.
And then heading in from there. At least it's familiar territory.
It is. Bearing in mind that when you left it, you left some goblins still
We
there.
left goblins there, so there's a chance. Yeah, they've reinforced.
Yeah. And just because, like, previously, basically, they bargained for their life to be left alone. But if they have got reinforcements, they might not be so willing to do so again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Helmshold for a long rest and then onwards?
We're going to get a long rest out of wherever we stay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if we go down to the edge of the forest near to Cragmaw Castle and just sort of camp up.
Get there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
100%.
Just on the outskirts then.
So we'll take a day's travel on the edge of the forest, get as close as we can in a day, camp, and then
head in.
get up in the morning.
That's fine. Okay, cool. So you do that. Now, to make everything a little bit more simple, make it a little bit more listener friendly. Episode 9 of the podcast, the infamous episode 9 of the podcast, dropped today about an hour ago, or just over an hour ago. It was for
-4 downloads.
yeah, like for in terms of viewers kind of enjoyment, it was not the greatest episode we've released because it was basically a bit shopping and then travelling and nothing else happened. So you know what? We're just gonna fucking montage it. We don't need to do every day, and I don't need to roll for random encounters. We can just kind of skip over that. All right. So whatever way you go, it's fine. It is dangerous, but you know the way now. You know what to look out for. Maybe you don't camp quite so close to the forest, and you stay at maybe a bit more 5 or 10 miles away from the forest rather than skirting quite so close. The weather holds up. I mean, it has been a bit stormy the past couple of days on your original travel, but it does look like it's starting to clear. There is it's quite hot during the day actually, and in case you hadn't noticed, I'm kind of basically just copying what's happening in real life. So all of a sudden it's really hot. So it is a bit of a slog now with the weather. It's cleared up and it's hot, but you make it. It's a beautiful piece of land, rolling hills, the forest on the horizon at sort of 5-10 miles away. It looks peaceful and serene, and considering you all are aware of the rumours and the stories about what happens in Neverwinter, it's hard to believe when you're this close to it, because actually it looks quite nice. But other than that, the journey is very much uneventful. Okay, just to move things forward. Cool. So do you want to arrive there at the daytime? What kind of sort of time of day do you want to kind of try to arrive?
I think earlier the better, isn't it?
Yeah, so kind of in the morning.
If we're going in the forest,
Yeah.
do you guys reckon?
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might take us a bit of a while to find it as well.
Okay. Yes.
We're not trying to. If we were trying to like sneak in, maybe nighttime would be better. But if we're just going to walk up disguised as Red Brand and try and convince someone that we're supposed to be here, that's the question. Like, how are we actually going to?
I don't know, because I don't think that goblins and bugbears and stuff like that are just going to be our main problem. Because I remember there was mention of spiders and other things like that. So
who's to say they're going to even let red brands in?
Yeah, I think Red Brands was really just while we're trying to find it.
Yeah, no, I
if we've
agree.
got the cloaks on, at least we've got
it's worth a punt
an
for sure.
excuse.
Yeah,
And then I was thinking that once we find it, then wait until night to maybe try and sneak in. But at least locating it in the cloaks might be an easier task, providing we're not fighting monsters that have no idea what's happening.
Why don't we try and figure out while we're finding the castle if there are any patrols and where they go?
Droop should be able to.
Yeah, Droop should be able to give us an idea of.
Yeah, absolutely. I told you we could find a patrol. We can stalk them out. Yeah. I know the kind of. It's easy to know when you know what you're looking for. You can spot goblins. Most people. Goblins step lightly. We're sneaky, you see. But if you know what you're looking for, we can find them definitely. So, what do you want me to do? Do you want to do an ambush? Do you want to find some tracks?
Tracks.
I think tracks. Yeah, tracks would be a good shout.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as least encounters as possible for now.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing to bear in mind as well, of course, is that you've got the wild shape ability as a druid. You could potentially turn into a squirrel and just run onto the forest and scout it out and then come back. And then all you need to do is have a short rest and you'll be able to get that back.
What kind of creatures would I know more likely to be sort of not, if they were to see a giant spider, it'd be like, oh, that's fucking weird. But if they were to see a deer, is that more passable?
Absolutely. I mean, a deer, they might try and hunt a deer.
Not a deer.
A giant spider, they might be a bit more wary of, but if they think that they were threatened, then potentially they might attack it, or they might run away. I mean, it depends whether it's a hunting party. They might be more inclined to try and kill it or capture it or to keep it as a pet. You just don't really know.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a wolf on there, not a dire wolf, but a normal-sized wolf. I think that's a good...
Not likely to hunt that for food.
No.
Yeah, or attack it.
Yeah, but
it's not.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it might be a pack.
Yeah. The advantage of that, of course, is that wolves have the advantage on perception checks that involve your senses. So, like, if you were to turn into a wolf, you've met goblins before. You can have a sniff of Droop, and then use that to track him down. Make a couple of, take a couple of rolls. What we'll do is we'll do a couple of sorts of like perception or like survival tracking rolls to see how long does it take you to find it. Because if you wanted, like I said, you're aiming to get there early in the morning, but if it takes you longer to find it, that might become afternoon or it might become evening, as you're looking for it. But then even then, there's nothing to say, okay, well, now we found it, we're going to sleep and wait an extra day and go in the morning.
Okay. Do you think we're likely to get a long rest in before we
Yeah.
you
Go
don't
too much
need you
further.
don't need the short one.
I mean, the long rest is just every night. So you've had your long rest already, or like at some point, because it's a 2-day trip. So when you're roughly halfway, you'll sleep up for the night. So you'll have your full hit points back, all of your spells back, everything like that, all your abilities.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, you can get to the outskirts. You can run in and scout around for an hour or so, and then come back and take a short rest. Just to get that shape change ability back, or if it takes longer and it ends up getting to the point where actually we could,
We need to push on.
You need to push on.
Well,
It's up to you.
I'll do that to start with. If I come back and haven't found anything, I've got pass without a trace, which is concentration, so I can give that to everyone else and go back into wolf form.
I'll need it as well because I've got a disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the pass without a chase. I mean, it only lasts for a short.
It's an hour.
Yeah. No, okay. So it's not a massive amount of time.
Yeah.
You could do that.
I
Well,
think if
I'll head in
you
on
and
as a
Droopy
wolf.
headed. So
Yeah.
you both, well, maybe you don't need him. I don't know, but get the lay of the land and then figure out if you can whereabouts
I'll
the
ask-
pass is, how far out we would need to start stealthing before.
Yeah. Droop, I'm going to heading as a wolf. Any kind of suggestions? What am I looking out for? What do you know? How can you help me here,
Well,
Droopy baby?
As I said already, they're very us goblins. We're sneaky. We're very light-footed, and we're very good at hiding. So when we hunt, we're quiet. We're like animals. We're like wolves. Yeah. So finding tracks it could be difficult, but at the same time, if we don't know that we're being hunted, if we think we're the hunters, we're not going to be taking quite so much care. So footprints. If you find camps, then the certain types of food that you'll be looking for. We don't eat the same as you pale skins. So things like, well, kind of like you really, like given half an opportunity, kind of like man flesh and things like that if you can find it, scraps, things like that. But otherwise, same as anyone else really.
Well, I think should I head in with him or should we?
Yeah,
leave
I
him
was
here?
going to say, is it worth taking Droop in with
You'd
you?
get a lot more ground covered on your own if you're going as a wolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be slower with him.
I'll go in on my own, and he can at least keep an eye on everyone else
Cool.
just in case.
So nice and simple. Just
Not
make
that it's
me,
going to help you guys,
um,
but
make me a couple of perception checks with advantage, just to see if you can find a trail.
as me or as a wolf.
Well, if you're in wolf form and the wolf stats are better than yours, I mean, you need to be a wolf to get that advantage. So I'm assuming that. But yeah, you can choose to use yours or the wolf's, whatever is better.
It is exactly the same, and
There
I
you
get a +4 stealth as a wolf. So,
So roll with advantage.
so that's a natural 1. Oh no, with advantage.
Yeah, so roll again.
Wait. That's a 9 + 3, so 12 for perception.
12. Okay, so you do scout around you and you kind of how close at the moment are you want to get into the woods?
Let's go a few
Yeah.
100 meters or so.
And everybody
Yeah.
else, are you staying sort of on the border in the woods, or are you staying like a few miles away?
Stand at the camp, I think.
Yeah, campsite.
Yeah. So where would you have made your campsite? I mean, you learnt your lesson camping a bit too close to the woods before when you got attacked by ghouls. So would you have stayed maybe 2 or 3 miles away, or would you be camping close to the woods?
As close as we can get, 2 or 3 miles is fine.
Yeah.
2
okay.
miles from the edge of the
Yeah.
tree line.
So again, you can kind of see it a couple of miles away, looming, and Pock as a wolf runs off. To travel 2 miles in your wolf form, it only takes you a few minutes, really, 5-10 minutes maybe top. And you're sniffing around. You start sniffing around the edge of the woods, and you spend a long time. You know that your hour that you've got is you can start feeling that your normal form, your goblin form, you can feel the magic starting to wear off, and you've scouted around, and you go up and down the edge of the woods here, but you just can't find that any kind of real goblin scent, surprisingly. If you want to stick around for another hour, you can roll again.
Yeah, I'll if I have to, I'll burn another wild shape.
Mhm.
Yeah, can I roll that again then? Advantage on perception?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's better. So 13, 16 for perception.
Brilliant. So you do one extra kind of turn. You sniff some different spots this time. You go maybe into some more bushes, and you get into a little bit closer, and suddenly you get this foul stench that it's unmistakable. You've smelt it before. You've tasted it. You know, you've tasted that bull sweat before. And you've got the scent. You start following it slowly now. You're moving. You know, you're not racing, but you find it after about 30 minutes or so. You do find a large open space. So let me bring up. If that's okay. So, what's it say? Yeah. So basically, you see a castle. Technically, it's not a castle. I had this in one of my old groups. It's a keep, because a castle is like all the out walls that go around it and everything. So it's a keep technically, if you're going to be pedantic. So the castle consists of 7 crumbling towers of different sizes and heights, but the upper stories are all in varying states of collapse. A short flight of steps leads up to a terrace in front of the main entryway. Past the wreckage of a pair of sundered doors lies a shadowed hall. Round towers loom over the entranceway, and there are dark arrow slits looking down on the terrace. You're still presumably... Sorry, excuse me, that's beer is repeating. You're still presumably in the woods looking at it. Did you want to kind of scout around it and have a look?
Yeah, I will. I'll head around the sort of perimeter and see if there's any... So I'm specifically looking for entrances and ways in.
I'll move everybody over to that map. So that you can see it, and hopefully you've got vision.
Barely.
Yeah, so it is daylight, but you can still only see what you can see. So basically, bloody map! It was doing this to me earlier on. Stop it!
Black square for me.
Is it not? Stay still. I'm gonna zoom out a bit so that I can. Oh no, not that far. Okay, no, I'm going to zoom in. Way in. Right, you say that you've got a black square?
Just a black square, annoyingly.
Okay. You've got sight. You should be able to see. And... Ah, there we go. Generic token. That's why. Fucking hell. Right. Sean. Represents Sean. Boom.
Aha!
Sorted?
Yep, lovely.
Okay, so everybody else pretend that you can't see this. But, so what can you see? Right, so this is a bit shit because of the vision sight. So it's daylight, so you can see all the way around it. You should actually be able to see up here. I'm actually going to just delete the dynamic light in there because... Why are you drawing? What are you doing?
He's drawing.
There we go.
I'm not drawing.
No, it was me. I had the wrong button.
Oh.
Right. Okay, so you should now be able to see those steps. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
So from where you are. So I'll move you around.
Okey
So that should be the doors that we mentioned before. You probably wouldn't be able to see that far in because you're at the wood still. Okay.
Okie doke. Yep.
Let me just check something before I move you too far. Cool. Right. So as we go round, you should be able to see the shape of it.
Yeah.
And you're skirting round. I don't know how far you can really see. So you can see around this top side. You walk around the north side. You can see all the walls and the towers. They're all crumbling down from the top. So you can't climb into it, but it's just like you can see that once upon a time there was an upper level which is all just fallen through and collapsed, and there's just piles and piles of rubble. Okay. You go all the way around just so you can see it. A bit more around here. I'm probably going to move you down here. Okay. I should do this so I can actually see what you see. So there we go.
Yeah, cracking, lovely.
Right. So down this bottom half, you can see there's a pathway that leads up to a set of steps here.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So that's what you see. When you were around, let me just take you back up. Careful not to move you inside.
Yeah.
Right, so when you're around the north side, I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Yeah, with advantage as a wolf.
Yeah, hold on. Oh shit, I've accidentally just put you off the map. How do I get you back? Oh no. Actually,
Hey guys, I won't be long.
I don't know.
What are you up to? What are you all doing?
I've moved you off the map.
I just popped off for a quick piss in the bushes.
Bollocks. I'll put you back on. Let's give you a new token. One day I'll be a professional and know how to operate this bloody thing. This is why Roll20 don't want to give us a deal. They don't want us representing them. Okay, can you see?
We slag it off every week. I'm not
Oh,
surprised.
no, yeah. Can you see?
I can. Yes. Yeah. It's
okay.
moving.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me.
Sorry. So perception.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
I've
What does
got
I want to
advantage,
know. Yeah, can you? So this whole advantage thing for being a wolf. Can you tell me? Can you read it to me so I know exactly what?
Yeah.
It is?
Keen hearing and smell. The wolf has advantage on wisdom brackets perception checks that rely on hearing or smell. Sorry.
No, to just be without advantage.
Okie doke. 16 plus 3, 19.
Lovely. I don't even need to look. Okay. Cool. So what you notice, again, just see what you can see, is right. Basically, here, quite cleverly, it doesn't look right to you as you're walking around and you're sniffing, you're eyeing the place up, and you're also bearing in mind that again this feeling, that you haven't got long. You can feel the magic. You've probably only got a few minutes left. It doesn't look right, and you stare at it with those keen wolf eyes, and you suddenly notice that it flutters a little bit when in a slight breeze, and you realise that quite cleverly there's like a sheet, basically some canvas that's there, and as it moves, and then maybe you move up a little bit to look at it at a different angle, you can just see inside it, and you can see that actually it's been covered in brick dust and things like that, and it's very cleverly done. It looks like that there's some kind of extra entrance around there as well.
Nice.
I assume that you're probably going
Run away.
to go back to everybody.
Yes, please.
Report.
Leg it.
And have a little rest.
Fantastic. So, with that in mind, they're a couple miles just outside the woods, and you're not very far in either. So, yeah. So, as a wolf, pelting it out there, now you know the way. You don't need to walk slowly because you're not sniffing anymore. You can just run full pelt, and you just about get to the edge of the forest, 5 miles, which you can probably run in about 10 minutes. Before all of a sudden you're running along as this wolf on all four, and then you're just hoping you can just get an extra 5 minutes when you just stumble and you fall over and do a roly-poly, and you're lying on your back as this short little no.
Bastard. Bollocks.
And you're going to have to walk the rest of the way because you've used both of your things. So to walk an extra couple of miles will take you probably about 20 minutes, half an hour.
Hello, guys. Oh, fucking hell, that's a long way.
Took your time.
So the good news is I've found the castle. You'll be pleased to know.
Hello.
Yeah, excellent. It's quite a derelict sort of place, but
Your
couldn't
duck
quite.
waddles up to you.
Oh, sorry.
Your duck waddles up to you from around the campfire. It's like, "Whack, whack, whack, whack." Pleased to see you. You've got a bit worried. You've been away for a couple of hours.
Doesn't
Ah,
a duck
okay.
go into Pock when he's
I think we've made the joke before, yeah, but
Okay.
it can't. His equipment
He's
can.
out there.
It doesn't count as equipment unless you.
I'm about to leave them there.
Yeah.
There was a few entrances. There's on the north side of the building. I have found a particular entrance that is looks like they've tried to hide it.
Ooh, sounds
A
like
very
that.
sounds like the way in for me. Other than that, there's some main doors on the east side of the building. For what I could see, looked like a few bedrooms and an entranceway and some beds. So I'm not sure that would be a particularly good way to go in, especially if there's anything residing inside that room. It's
You
either
didn't
the
see
front
any
door.
enemies?
No, I couldn't see anyone in anyone or anything. Whether they're hidden beneath. It seems like the entrance on the north side would go down. Again, like the Red Brand Castle, where
It's like a terrace. Yeah.
it kind of feels like
probably
maybe the good shit's underneath. But there are bedrooms and things what I could see through certain windows on this top floor, but there's no front doors. It's quite a disheveled building. So it seems that underneath would be the place where shit might go down, I think.
Sounds like a plan,
Yeah.
guys. I'm just going to reboot. I'll be back in a minute.
No worries.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Fuck, where did he go? How did he do that?
Vanished.
Burrs just kind of starts glitching as like he's pixelated. It's just like starts walking.
I took the red
backwards,
pill this morning.
and he's just like starts walking around in circles backwards.
Like in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
A
weird.
bot.
Oh,
Should we hold fire for a second while he's...
yeah, absolutely. If you want to. Everyone seems to be in grace. We've got 13 viewers. Hello, everybody. We've got
Hello, everyone.
Troy Tempest has just joined as well. Hello, Troy Tempest. So yeah.
Pock can have a short rest.
Lecky
can't-
Macon says
Yeah.
west. Yeah, never eat shredded wheat. So the main entrance on the west
Yeah.
side, not on the east side.
West.
Yeah.
There's... Yeah.
West side.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, you guys, you wouldn't have seen it as I was moving Sean around, would you? Of course. So yeah, basically, he would tell you that, yeah, on the west side, there's some steps that go up to a platform where the main front door is, and you can't see in there. As you go round it, there's lots of different towers. I think the keep is made up of about 7 different towers, and they're all odd shapes, all different sizes and heights. It's quite bizarre of architecture. The arrow slits as you go around. I mean, you saw what was on the map, but you probably wouldn't have seen those beds because they're all above the ground and you would have been lower down, so you wouldn't have really,
Okay,
that doesn't
sorry.
matter.
I was wondering about that, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Then you found on the north side there was this what looked like the fake door with the cloth hanging around. Nothing too much exciting from the east side at the back of the castle, and then down the south side there was it was walled off, so you couldn't quite see it, but I did move you a little bit round so you could. There's basically some steps that go up to something, but you would have had to have gone right up close to the castle to see where they lead, but they do go up, which you I mean, you could have investigated.
That
if you wanted
was...
to.
Yeah, that was where the path was going, is that right? On the south side?
Yeah, exactly.
Up
Yeah,
those...
Were
okay.
running out of wolf spunk though, weren't you?
basically.
Yeah, it was getting a bit tasty.
Yeah, so let's have
But when we do go for that entrance, we better cast that stealth thing that you've got. Otherwise,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I'm a clumsy.
Clanging around in your heavy...
Yeah.
So Droop,
armor.
yeah, when you describe all of this and you said about how you think there might be a lower level, Droop's like, nah, not from what I remember. I've only been there once, but I never saw any lower level. But yeah, there's some barracks and there's a dinner hall. There's a shrine as well. Yeah, there's like some kind of temple in there. And there's
Have we got anything we can poison the soup with?
I don't think you do.
We could just at least piss in it.
Yeah, maybe. Let's have a look. The shrine. No.
But that's a shame, isn't it, that we haven't got any poison, because that would be handy.
Unless goblins are poisonous.
So Droop's like, yeah, there's a shrine in there to our god, human gods. Rubbish. We've just got one great powerful god. He provides all our food. Like the other gods exist already, but they're nothing in comparison to Maglubier. What a goblin D word that is. Maglubier or Maglubiet, maybe? I don't quite know the pronunciation. I'm just a crap goblin. Anyway, yeah, there's a shrine. Some bedrooms, a barracks. But yeah, there's no. I've personally was only there the once, came down from the crags, and then was sent down to Phandalin from there. But I did spend like a day there, but in the mess hall and in the sleeping quarters.
Would you be willing to fight against fellow goblins for us?
I, as I have said repeatedly, owe you a life debt and Goblin's honour. And he stands up all tall, like 3 foot of him, and he's like, until that debt is repaid, I am by your side, unless it seems like it's like a really bad idea, in which case maybe I might run away. But you know, you can't blame a goblin for looking out for numero umero, really, can you?
Does that stretch to my like team as well? Like, you know, you're gonna save their life and all if they get hurt.
I won't put myself in any unwanted danger, because that would just be stupid. But I will do whatever I can do to save your life if I can, because you saved my life. And once that debt is repaid, then maybe we can rebargain the deal.
You ain't getting your shoes.
No.
Oh, come on.
No, we'll buy you a brand new pair.
Oh, these shiny ones.
Yeah, nice shiny pink ones.
With big bells on them.
Oh, bell shoes. I always want some bell shoes.
Yeah.
I can finally live out my childhood dreams as a member of the River Dance.
It's Lord of the
Lord of the Dance, yeah. Right.
Fair enough.
So presumably you're going to want to take a bit of a rest to catch your breath. You just spent 2 hours
Yes,
running around
please.
the wolf. So
His wolf form back.
yeah, so you can do that, and then you head in. So it will take you a little bit longer. Now you're all moving on foot. So I think it was. I can't bother to swap bloody screens again, but I think it's like
Yes, sure.
probably you were a couple of miles away from the forest. It was about 5 miles in, so you're probably only about 10 miles away at tops. So you can do that. Walking through the forest, it's dense. There's vines everywhere. There's, you know, certain areas where you just can't go anywhere. And sometimes when you're walking around, like, you think there's a pathway, and then you start going, and it's almost like everything just moves, and you get turned around. But luckily, you know, Pock, you already know the way. So even though you're not a wolf anymore, you can still go, no, it's definitely this way. And you recognise certain trees. And eventually you make it after about an hour or two of walking. So assuming
Can I put my red cloak on?
absolutely, you guys want to put your red cloaks on? That is
Yes.
absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you've got your red cloaks on. Do you guys? You're more interested in the top, aren't you? So let's. You said you wanted to go to the top.
Should I?
cast it.
Yeah, let's go for it. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace
That's fine.
on everybody, please.
Yep. I'm just moving you guys
Thank you.
up there so you can see the section of the map that we're
So
discussing.
that's a +10 to stealth checks.
Cool.
Just so you know.
So if everybody could roll me a stealth check then, please, as you're moving around the edge of the forest and trying to get in there. So yeah, you all get +10. Nice.
19 plus 10 plus 3. Well, there you go. I
Minute.
think I'm well stealthed, don't I?
You're a ghost.
Exactly.
28.
28 as well.
Oh, what? 0
0.
What?
plus 10.
Well, I'd say you roll a 1.
Hell.
We're all
No,
ghosts.
just-
James is the big boulder from Indiana Jones.
Tell you what, you wait out here. We'll be back in a bit.
The problem with Scapes is he's just so enthusiastic about doling out that justice and collecting those things. And he sees this big castle and he's like, there's no way that these people have paid their land toll tax at all. And he's just like waffling and he just forgets himself. He's just too enthusiastic about the job, you know. And it's a good thing because not many people thoroughly enjoy their work. So you rolled a 1, then you got a -1 plus 10.
Plus 10.
That is
Is this an ability check?
yes.
Can I add guidance as a cantrip?
Yes.
Roll a d4 and add that to it, James. I just go
Wow.
up and it says I've got to do it with a touch, but I'm just going to slap him.
A 2.
12.
Okay, 12.
Something.
Let me just check what.
Consult your notes.
Yeah. Okay.
Pock turns around and goes, shh.
So yeah, you do. I should probably roll for Dobby as well. Dobby.
Droop.
For Droop.
Basically.
He basically is, and the reason I said that is I was just reading the chat, and they've in the chat they've already made that comparison as well. Lekimakon cried at the age of 33 watching that scene with Dobby, which I shall not spoil now, to ruin the kind of element of the game and everything in the suspension of disbelief in the game for a second. The book is so much better than the film, and also fuck J.K. Rowling. But yeah, the books are so much better. Like that scene, I watched the films first before I'd ever watched the Harry Potter films. Right, read the books. I watched the film, and I didn't get it. Everyone's all like, "Oh, poor Dobby," and I was like, "Why? He's in the film for about 2 fucking minutes out of all 7 films. Like, what the fuck?" But in the book, he's such a prominent character. After he gets freed, he moves into the school and he starts up a rebellion of all the house elves and everything, and he's working in the kitchen and getting paid by Dumbledore, and it's him that helps Harry Potter win the underwater competition, the Goblet of Fire. He gives him, so he's this really important character in the book. So when that bit happens, it is really, really sad, but in the films,
I've never guessed you're a Harry Potter fan based on the artwork behind your head.
Can you read that? Yeah, so I do.
Is that the missus, or is that you?
I've seen it every week, yeah.
So the artwork was actually done by my sister Gav, Hayley.
Oh really?
Yeah, she gave it to us.
Cool.
You know what? I should know this. It's just as well my wife doesn't listen to the podcast because I should know this. It was either a wedding present, a Christmas present, or an anniversary present. It was one of those.
Yeah.
And it does.
They got married on Christmas Day.
So basically, it's for anybody who can't see it on the little screen or anyone at home, on the back wall behind me, it is the
Deathly Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows symbol, as the A, and then it says always, and it says after all this time, and it's the Deathly Hallows, and it says.
I'd imagine
always.
it's a wedding present, but.
You know what? I really should fucking know, but
Very nice, I will say that.
As long as Hayley doesn't watch your
podcast. I'm more worried about my wife, to be honest.
Yeah.
And considering the fact that our bedroom's upstairs and she always has a go for shouting, she's probably heard all of that anyway. She'll come down and tell me off in a minute. Anyway, so back to the game. So there we go. So Droop needs to roll. He gets the +10 as well, and he rolls a total of a quite decent amount. Let's have a look. He gets a total of 30. So all of a sudden, he's just shuffling around, and you don't even know where he is. And for a brief second, you're really paranoid that he's just disappeared, and it's gonna fucking sound the alarm or something. And then he just pops up next to you, that shit-eating grin that he's always got. He's like, "Hey."
It's like the fun.
So yeah, okay.
On you go then.
Now what? We're gonna go in. And he's all excited. It's like bloodlust in his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like we're going in.
Scapes, are we sending him in first?
Who?
Because he's your little bitch. You're Droopy.
Droop, do you mind going in first?
Yeah. Sure. With a roll of 30, it's fine. Nothing's gonna see me. We're good. So Droop scatters off in, and then I don't know whether you're able to see that or not, because I can't remember if I've. No, he's not got a character setting, so you won't be able to see it.
If he could go in and just if he
Clear
could
out.
head in, yeah. You've got
And
the
then kill
scimitar.
everyone. That'd be great.
Can we ask him to have a quick scout around and just give us a thumbs up?
If you can figure out where our first quandary is.
Pokemon, I'll tell him.
So basically, he runs in there, and he's gone for probably not long before he just comes back and he just peeks his head out of the curtain. And he's like, right, so basically, this is what there is in this room. There is, oh shit, where's it gone? That one, there. Area 11. Right. So basically, this tower has almost completely collapsed, although there's still a little bit of open space in here. There's loads of rotting crates and ancient barrels that's there may have been some provisions stored here once upon a time, but I had a quick sneaky look, but they're all empty, promise. And then there's a curtain just literally across another curtain. I had a tiniest little sneak in there, but I didn't see anything in there. I didn't want to go in, but I couldn't see anything in there. And there's a door. I didn't want to go through the door, I'm afraid. But yeah.
Should we follow up?
You coming?
Should we move in?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's sneak in.
Cute.
Do it.
Right, let me...
Are you doing this for
Yeah,
us?
I will just move that delete, and you should be able to just move yourselves in.
Oh, I shit myself. And is that Droopy?
Yeah.
That's Droopy.
Okay, God.
Roll
Then he took
initiative.
his head clean off.
Goblin, you killed him. What have you done?
Okay.
Yeah.
So as I said, this is one of the towers that's crumbling away. There's a bit of floor space, but it's a quite cramped room once you're all in there. There are some barrels. To
Coming.
the north wall through the canvas that you've come through is all just like crumbled with of debris and stuff from the tower that's collapsed above. Then there is on sort of like the opposite that, so it would be the southwest, again all crumbling and stuff there, but next to that you can see some barrels and some crates and stuff like that, but you can see they are all empty and there's no signs that there's been anything in there recently either. They're just empty boxes. Directly to the south, so almost directly opposite the entranceway that you came in, is that curtain that Droop mentioned, and on the east there is a door. What would you do?
Someone needs to peek behind the curtain.
I'll have a peek.
Yeah, let's Wizard of Oz this.
I'll have a peek behind the curtain.
Yes, please.
Millicent, roll me another stealth if you're going to do it sneakily.
Yarp. Is Pass Without a Trace still up?
Last an hour.
Ooh, so that makes that 30.
Easy.
Nice.
What?
Okay, so you have a
No,
look.
I've just realised that. Yeah.
Go on,
I've
what have you
just done
realised?
something.
What have you noticed?
Is your,
No,
is your
I've not
piece of-
noticed anything. I've made a bit of a fuck up. Guidance is a concentration. Will you please let me cancel out James's guidance?
Yes,
Thank you.
What?
that's fine. You would have known that, and you would have known you would have to have lost the other one. So we'll just retcon
Yeah.
that and say that you didn't give James the guidance on the stealth check. So we're back to James's initial 10. However,
Sorry, James.
even with a 10, nothing seems to have taken any notice of you guys.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you. I'll bear that in
Where's
mind.
her? Is he inside?
I'm in here, yeah. Well.
I think it's probably just underneath one of yours.
Ah.
I'm behind Pock.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe I'm underneath Millicent.
Yeah,
Millicent.
there you go. Millicent has
You
gone forward to peek behind this curtain. I did remove the thing, so you should be able to see what's in there. So basically, you can peek behind the curtain and you can see some more curtains directly opposite, which you shouldn't be able to see past. Let me just.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah.
So let me just squiggle that. Oh no! Don't draw a shape, you penis. 9.
Is there just one other door to the
East.
to the east? Thank you.
That's the one. Come on.
Oh, fuck off! I hate Roll20. I can't wait until we can play
It gives us many hours of joy as well.
Dynamic.
We'll pretend we can't see the extra bit.
Yeah.
Draw a line. Burp.
If everyone could get a Sharpie and just colour it in on the screen.
Yeah. There we go. It's gone.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
There we go. Not that it matters anyway, because basically there's another corridor that you couldn't see anything there anyway. So basically, you've seen it all now anyway. There's you opposite. So there's from what you can see from where you are at, it looks like another little corridor. Can't see anything in there. Do you want to investigate? Feel free to move yourself through if you do.
I want to move in to that corridor.
Yeah.
Just literally one square.
Mhm.
And just basically stay quiet for a second and see if I hear any voices.
Perception.
Okay. Not amazing. 12.
Not not anything really from where you're at. You can hear, you can hear, so from behind the curtain, very, very quietly, but it doesn't sound like it's directly behind that curtain, because basically behind that curtain is the same room, and if you'd be able to hear it, so it sounds almost like it's coming through a wall from somewhere.
Okay, so nothing in like the immediate vicinity.
Nothing in the immediate vicinity.
Oh, I can tell. So I'll go back to them and just let them know.
That's fine.
Basically way up ahead. Maybe there's enemies, but nothing in the next room.
Can we put an ear to this other door? Yeah.
I'm putting an ear to the door.
Sorry, did you say there's a door in the other through the curtain?
I think I saw a door there. Yeah.
Yeah, on the.
Okay.
On the west side of that room.
West side.
West side.
I'm going to put an ear to the other door.
Well then.
Go on then.
Just literally in real life. Isn't it this a weird game, isn't it? We all just describe exactly what we're doing as we're doing it. But what a few on jitters.
It's east. Never eat shredded wheat.
Never eat shredded wheat. East door. I'd like to just have a little listen, please.
Roll me a perception.
5 plus 3, 8.
You don't hear anything. It's you can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything through it, guys.
What sort of door is it?
Doors. It's a wooden door with reinforced iron banding. It's a standard door.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So general kind of let's give you like a general kind of guide of what the general building looks like, which you can remember. So basically, ceilings are 15 feet high unless I tell you otherwise. Interior doors are made of wood, reinforced with iron bands. They have no locks or keyholes. All right. The floors are cracked and uneven flagstones conceal a dirt floor underneath. So like through some of the cracks in the floor, you can see just dirt underneath. There is a small amount of natural light filters through arrow slits and things like that around the castle. So during the day, this provides dim light in most areas. So it is only dimly lit, if that means anything to you. Anything. Okay. Exterior walls are all load-bearing. Interior walls, you don't know how thick they are. There we go. All of the arrow slits are back to the outside. All of the arrow slits in the castle walls are 10 feet above the outside ground level. So yeah, you would not have been able to have seen any of the beds and stuff inside earlier on.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter too much.
I would like to check that door for traps.
Roll me. I never know if it's perception or investigation. I think it's perception if you're looking for stuff. Generally, and investigation is more like when you're rummaging, I think.
Okie doke. Perception. 15 plus 3, 18.
You do not find any traps.
Good stuff. Do we want to go through that?
I was going to speak to Droopy first and ask him, like, does he know... Do you know where the leader's headquarters would be in this place? You said you've been here before.
I have only been in the barracks, which is just at the front, and in the mess hall, which is just at the front. Honest with you, no idea where this room is that we are right now. I've never been in here before. I've never been in that corridor before. I've never been, as far as I'm aware, on the other side of that door before. One would presume that he's probably made himself. He's a king, King Garol. He's probably in the back
King
room.
of the Hill. I would say that if we were to follow this round through the curtain and then head west, we head to where he's just described, the front of the building, the dinner hall. So maybe there's not much going on that way.
I reckon we'll go through this door.
Through the door.
Sounds like a plan.
If we can take down the leader before he's able to call for any backup, that's probably a good idea.
We can use his head to scare everyone else off. Like we just mount his head on a spike. Carry that.
I'm not sure we need to go that far, but okay. Whatever you say.
Have we got any correspondence? Or if we are discovered as red brands, have we got any items on us that could back up our red brandness We've got a
Yeah, I've got
scroll.
my +1 longsword.
We've got the long sword.
I think we
Right.
just need to be. I think we just need to be convincing.
Yeah, well, I can
No,
be
I'm not sure we will
intimidating.
have an opportunity really.
I can be intimidating. I can pretend to be the new guy
Our
down
staff
in
.2.
new guy down in Fandolin.
Well, I think our story, if we have one dressed as red brands, is that we are looking for glass staff because of the kerfuffle that happened.
We come with news, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we come with news. Yeah, and an
Glass staff.
ultimatum.
And then the news will be on the end of your sword.
Yeah,
With a +1.
here's the news. Yeah.
Start spreading said news.
Might work.
Should we take the doorway?
Through
then?
the door.
Going through the door. Cool. Right. Let me just remove the old thingy-majiggy. Hopefully this one will be easier to do. Delete. There you go. Through the door, yeah?
Yeah.
Send Burr in first.
Okay, so you go through
Oh
the
no,
door.
okay.
Bit of a funny shaped corridor.
funny.
Looks a bit like one of those awkward Tetris pieces that looks like stairs. So directly opposite you in that room is another door. As you go up, it opens up into a square about 10 feet by 20 feet, and then just to the south you can see another curtain, which I'm hoping
Simultaneous
you can't see through.
curtain and door checks.
Yeah.
How
Can you
are
bring
you
up- do the
doing
curtain?
this right now? Are you being stealthy?
Very, very sneaky, peeking
And I
around the
would like
curtain.
stealth checks from everybody again, please. Bearing in mind you still have that +10.
Yay. Can't be as bad as last time. should it?
Plus 10, 22, plus 3, 25.
Nice.
16.
Is that with disadvantage because you're wearing heavy armor?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
with disadvantage.
Just good. What was
That's me.
next person?
23.
23 and Millicent?
27.
Lovely. Okay, cool. Right, so as I say, you're in this weird kind of room with two little offshoots. To the west is where you came from. To the east, there's a door. To the south, there's a curtain.
Can we get our goblin in here, please? I can't control him.
You should be able to.
Well, I can't. It's not my fault.
Sort your
More
goblin
people
out.
don't
Unless it's something to do with the
Escapes.
fact that maybe you just can't
Jesus.
control more than one piece. But I have set it so that you can control him. But never mind. Just tell me where you want him to put it. Well, and that's easy.
I'm peeking a tiny, tiny piece of the curtain and just having a little eye through.
Okay. What was your stealth?
23.
Nice. Okay. Roll me perception.
– 17.
Okay. Okay, so you have a little peek, and basically, stood in that room, you notice something that maybe you're not quite so familiar with. Looks kind of like a goblin. It's not a bugbear, not quite as big as a bugbear, but wearing quite heavy armour, and it's big. Goblins are like 3 foot. This thing is like maybe 5 feet tall.
Is that the governor?
It's a
Right.
Is that Hobgoblin?
It's a hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
Let me just meh. And then right, cool. GM overlay, select, and then Control Shift O to move to the object layer. There we go.
Oh dear.
It has not noticed you yet. What
Oh,
you
shit.
do?
There's something next to him as well.
I'm going to turn and face everyone.
It's talking, so you can tell. Do you speak Goblin? Do any of you speak Goblin? Droop would tell you. Anyway.
I don't think I don't know. Common and
I
Dwarvish.
do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, so basically, he's talking to someone else in Goblin about how fucking boring it is, and they can't wait to fight. You know, to basically crack on and do something exciting. You know, why have we come all the way down here? You know, this castle is just you know, it's meant to be this great kind of launching pad. And, you know, but like, fuck me, it's boring. can't wait till it's my turn to go out on patrol, stuff like that.
I think. Can we send Droop in there and say that he's had orders from up high and they need to go on patrol?
No.
I think we should just sneak past them and go straight into the next room, because that looks like the barracks to me.
Mm.
It might get rid of them
barracks
out
on
of
the
the
west side,
castle at
though.
least.
We know the barracks is on the west side.
Oh,
I think, don't we? I thought that's what we said.
it looks
Yeah,
like I can see 4 beds in there.
The barracks and the
Or
hall.
perhaps we're talking
Scattered.
about the sort of division of the stronger enemies. You know what I mean? Like the little shitty goblins are at the front. These are sort of slightly better dudes, generals.
I've obviously, gone back to the guys and did the international mime for Hobgoblin.
How many
Yeah.
people
that
in the
they
room?
instantly recognise. Sounds like
There's
Okay.
2
Bog,
of these.
Hobgoblin, all of that business.
I mean, it's fantastic.
Turn into
miming.
Lionel Blair.
Brilliant miming that you just did there, Sean. But and some of the people on the stream might have seen that. There's 15 people watching, so 15 people have seen that.
Wow, that's
But
pretty good.
for,
That's pretty good.
for the podcast listeners, they have no idea. He was basically trying to. I don't even know what he was doing, but yeah.
I'm gonna minor illusion in my hand, a picture of a hobgoblin
That'll work.
with times 2 above it. There we go.
Oh, that's lovely.
Nice. Cool.
We don't think we can get Droop in there
know
to
what-
get him to fuck off now.
I think for now, whilst we've got an hour of stealthiness, I think we should use it. We can always. I think if we
What
can
is our
see
goal?
as much as we can under our stealth, I think we should. Once that runs out, then let's fuck shit up.
So
But
go and come back. Okay. So go and then come back and send Droop in.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think we
that's
should
true.
while we've got a plus
Droop
10
ain't
stealth,
clever.
let's have a look around.
Okay. So this door that Burr's next to. Did you detect anything off that? Or have you not done
Okay, so
that
yeah,
yet?
we haven't done that yet. We've been dealing with
I'm
the
on
cat. So
the
you
case.
were listening by that door. Roll me perception. Burr.
Roll a perception.
I do like the sending Droop in though.
I
think
do,
that's a good
yeah.
shout, yeah.
But like I say, while you've got that spell up, it might be worth using it.
15 for perception.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you're right next to it, and the voices in there are being quite loud. You hear in common, quite
okay.
a heated conversation. One person who sounds use a deal is a deal. You promised us the map. We have the money, and you shall deliver the map as agreed. And then the other voice is really gruff and sounds more goblin-y, but it is in common. And it's like, well, possession is 9/10 of the law. Right now, I've got the map. It's my property. If you want it, well, we've had some difficulty. I lost an entire platoon of forces trying to stop this group for you, and therefore the price has gone up.
Right, that sounds like Glassstaff's around there somewhere, and
Off on the Black
And
Spider.
Yeah.
potential.
Well,
Black
I
roll.
I think Glassstaff and can grow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can get a jump on them.
Shit.
I can make some pretty weird shit happen in that room right now if you want me to.
Do you have to have line of sight though to do things like that?
I'm having a look now.
Hey,
Oh, guys, what do we do?
If we
This
can
is
distract
exciting.
them and then come up behind them and just whack them.
Run away.
whack 'em.
I mean, if we make any noise in the room to the east, the people in the room to the south are going to notice straight away and come running.
Yeah.
We're in a shitty place, and I
We
don't know if
also
there's
now
another
know
way.
the lay of the land. Well, we could do our plan. We could try and get Droop to take
Yeah.
out the southern two.
Yeah.
Burr's
Yeah,
plan.
That might be an idea now.
Yeah.
The only thing
See, for
is,
that,
which way are
Yeah.
those guys going to come out of the room? Are they going to come out of the room?
Well, we
towards
asked.
us.
Did we see I know you only picture her eye around the corner, but in that moment, did you see if there was another exit of that room?
I know from the perimeter check that below that room, I can kind of maybe calculate that there was a door and some stairs and a path,
Well,
another entrance, so they
tell you
could
what,
leave.
if
that
you're
way.
if you come out to them through the curtain, they're going to think you've come from the leaders' quarters. So you can say you've got news from the leaders that there's enemies round the other side, and then he can lead them out there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he can try.
Well, yeah, it's an idea.
Yeah.
Either that, or we head back outside and see if there's any more vantage points into the room with King Groll and Glassstaff from the east side of the building.
See, I like where we are.
Okay, so I am just going to give you a little bit of a reminder that there is just a curtain with a hobgoblin and maybe more, and there's a certain little point where I'm going to have to draw the line of how much is out of character and how much you're making plans in character. So
yeah.
you need to bear in mind that you can't really be having a full-blown conversation. Of course, there's nothing to stop you with that in mind. Just go, you know what, let's go back to that other room and have this conversation.
Well, think
I'm
about it
gonna
this
head.
way. I think we wouldn't be able to tell Droopy what to do right where we're standing anyway.
So let's
we'd
move
have
back
to move,
out.
yeah.
I'm back in, I've gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're moving back out.
I gave it some time because I thought, the thing is, we're a new group and there's nothing wrong with having an out-of-character conversation to make plans and stuff. But when you start talking about what you're going to do in regards to Droop and stuff, it becomes more in character.
Yeah.
I love just the idea of 10 enemies walking into a room of people just talking to each other. Going, right, you go this way.
You did roll incredibly well in all of your
Behind a
stats.
curtain, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Before we do that, I kind of want to check where Millicent, through the curtain.
There's nothing in that room, so if you want to go ahead and
Connected to this room. Low,
Yeah.
Connected to the. I mean, that's why I'm saying. If we
is that a dogleg type room?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. And maybe if we send Droop through the main entrance, like the entrance that comes from the leaders' hall, it might make him more believable. And then they can run out here, run out north, while we hide in this little bit to the east that we just came from.
Yeah, I think I concur.
You know what I mean? So we'd kind of all go here, then Droop would go down here and go, snarf, new orders from the leaders. We got to go this way. Come on, quick, snarf, all the way up and out. So
Shall we move here, and then either way they leave, we won't be seen.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, but
Good idea. We'll be on a curtain then.
come through that room. I got a feeling they're going to come that way.
I think we're better off just being outside of this curtain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What, down here?
Just straight up outside.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
If we're outside and they run outside.
Yeah. Which way are they going to go?
Well, I mean, yeah,
what I'm saying is, if we go here,
we're
we're protected eye line above and below, and we can at least make
a
choice.
I thought we were assuming that this was the same room.
As the one with the big.
No, I think there's a room between those things. From what I could see, it went round the corner, but not far enough to kind of get over here. It seemed to sort of end about here.
Okay.
I think there's something else between. Going by what you see through this curtain. And
But at the end of the day,
through
we can't predict which way they're going to go.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be convincing enough to be like, follow me. Like, he could try. I don't necessarily know that's going to work. Let's just get him on the move, see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Let's do it and hide.
Yeah.
Which way are we going?
can
Behind
we
the
hide?
curtain?
We hide in some boxes.
I'm hiding here. Yeah. I'm getting in between these barrels and boxes.
I might hide here.
Okay.
I don't know really what we're.
Now I'm a bit confused.
What are you talking about hiding in boxes for? I'm confused myself. So, you've gone from going through a.
I'm going to go here, and I'm going to hide behind the curtain.
You're hiding. So you've gone. I say you are going through to. So you've. Gone,
I'm going to stay there. Yeah.
Right. So you've gone back into the original entrance room. Then you've gone south through to the other through the first curtain into the other corridor. So
Yeah,
you can see
that's where I'm going.
You can see from there, if you move forward, it's an empty corridor. To your west is a door, to your east is a door, and then to the south is that initial second curtain, which we were mucking around with the settings on earlier on. So again, this corridor is fairly choked with rubble around, but like to try and climb, it's more like the rubble. Like I said before, it's the towers are crumbled down, and the ceiling from above is crumbled down. Like it doesn't, you wouldn't be able to climb over it at all, or anything like that.
Right, okay. It seems that there is a door in front of me here, so that could go to the room that those bugbears are in.
Yeah. Sorry.
Um,
fuck yeah. Okay.
So
Right,
as long as Droop can take him the other way, we're
take
all
him
right.
up and out the secret entrance.
Yeah.
Would they use the secret entrance?
As long as he says there's as long as he's telling him to say there's people that way.
I thought if he emerges from the secret entrance, then he looks like he's come from the leader's chambers. Yeah. And then they're probably going to flee out the other entrance, which is this way.
Down the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was thinking we should have hid in the antechamber sort of area, the weird Tetris room. Because they're like, you see what I mean?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Am I making sense?
Yeah. They would go through a door, not a secret flap, wouldn't they?
So they'd kind of like, we'd all
change your plan.
Change the plan. Where are we going? Back up to the Tetris room. Okay, I'm following.
Right, before we do anything,
Go for it.
can I?
Droop's like, come on, guys. Look, I've seen you guys.
Make
we
up
can
your
do it.
minds.
We can do
I
it.
might-
Let's just
I'm
slit their
looking-
throats, just storm in there. We can do it.
So I was just going to say, Droop, do you understand the plan? But
No, I don't. What's your
apparently not.
plan? No,
I don't think we even understand the plan.
Droop is we're going to all go into the antechamber, then you're going to burst out of the curtain like you've come from the bosses and be like, the bosses have told us there's enemies in the woods. We've got to go out on the patrol.
Woods,
and then lead them
woods
out.
to the south. Woods
Right.
to the south.
If you can, lose them in the woods and then come find us.
Okay. Sure.
Good luck.
We can certainly try the bosses.
If not, just have like Burr right next to the curtain.
It
because
doesn't.
Burr can stab us about 8 times before they do move if we need to.
But
He doesn't have to go with them. He can just tell them that the orders have been placed.
Right. Can you roll me a persuasion?
I can roll in intimidation.
Who wants to roll persuasion? What? I got a +5 for persuasion.
Listen, I've had enough of your shit.
Do it, Bert.
I think it's going to need to be
It's going to be scapes. It's going to be scapes, isn't it? Yeah.
I just rolled 5 on investigation. I rolled investigation. That was wrong anyway.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So you rolled a 1 plus 4 for investigation. So if you rolled a 1, what's your plus on persuasion?
4.
So it's the same.
Oh no, on intimidation.
Oh, intimidation. What's your plus on the intimidation?
4.
4. So it's the same. It's a 5. Yeah, I'm happy for it to be an intimidation rather than a persuasion. That's fine. He's like, remember the whole bit about me not really wanting to put myself in harm's way. I don't mind running up and stabbing someone in the back, like if they're fighting you. But
If this works,
going off on my own,
if this works, we'll give you one of your shoes back.
let's just one of my shoes. Nah, like
Both
I'm
of
all
your
right.
shoes.
I'm starting
then.
to get some calluses building up. I'm all right. Don't need shoes. But
So after all that, he's
let
not
me
gonna do it
just
anyway.
let's look. Here's the thing, right? Okay, I appreciate that you as players have come up with an idea and it's really cool. But as I say, don't really want to put myself in harm's way. If here's some holes in your plan, right? First, why would I be coming in through the sneaky way and not through the main door at the front? And then 2, who are the bosses? And 3, what if that's their station? You know, what if it's a case of their order is no, you stay here and you guard no matter what, and then they don't go anywhere, and then what do I do? I think that really, because you rolled so
Droopy.
badly, I'm going to give you the devil's advocate argument on why this is maybe not such a great plan. Had you rolled a little bit better, I'd have gone for it.
Droop is too
Right.
sick to do it. That's fine.
Balls
if-
out the bath.
That's what we're brave. So I say we go to the curtain, let Burr have at them, and just go and kick their heads in.
I think,
Well, these
Let's just go straight into the people we came here for.
I think
and-
you've got a couple of options, right? So I don't really know the back of this place, right? But here we go, right? You've got a corridor just down there to the south, which seems empty, and then another curtain. There's 2 doors. The door in the east seems to me like we've got a curtain. Let's try and make this as accurate as possible for the podcast listeners. It seems like there's 2 entrances which appear as though they probably go into the same room. So you could just set up a sneak attack and pincer into that room if you want to take out these hobgoblins. You've currently got this fancy druid spell going on, which means you could try and sneak around the rest of this castle and get a better lay of the land if you wanted to take advantage of that. Alternatively, you could try and do some kind of Navy SEAL mission and burst straight through the door in the east where you heard the Nazi-sounding guy and King Groll talking and hope that you can just get in there, do your business and get out before anybody else notices. I would say that that's kind of your options. But we've currently got perfect situation to set up a surprise attack on both the hobgoblins and whoever is behind that door, or you can sneak somewhere else in this place. It's kind of really up to you guys what you want to do though, because I'm just the GM.
the goblin.
Goblin.
Yeah.
The Goblin Master.
I reckon we just go and kick these. Go and try and take all glass stuff and his mate.
Yeah, I think if we create too much noise with the hobgoblins,
They could come and do us in the back, yeah. So maybe taking them out first quickly
Oh,
and quietly might be the best option.
Yeah, I think
Right.
we should do that.
so who's if we head to the bottom of the room the hobgoblins are in,
I think
distract them with our red brandness, and then
Yes.
someone's behind the curtain to slit some throats.
I think that
Yeah.
that you still all rolled well enough on our sneak rolls that you're going to get a surprise round. So it's just setting up the ambush. Now, in regards to me going in first, not a bad idea, but I think perhaps going through the front door rather than the back door, which is the door that they're guarding. They might be a bit confused why they're guarding that door and then someone's coming through the behind. Doesn't make much sense.
Well,
So
should I come in the front?
perhaps if you want me to go in, if I was to just open the front door, stick my head in and go, oh, we're under attack, and then run away, maybe if we roll well enough on our persuasion or deception rolls, then they will follow me, and then you can set up like a kind of pincer attack in this corridor as they run in here, and then maybe like couple of people can hang around in this room in the middle where they might follow me into, and then a couple other people could then go through the back through the curtain and get them from behind.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
I
Rather
like
than
that.
hiding it in a barrel like Bilbo Baggins.
Oh, I'm really glad to sell your shoes now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I like that. I like standing behind the door with my sword ready.
just to clarify, this is the front door when we're referring to front door.
That's what I'm
Yes.
talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
the secret curtain is
two-
not a weird book.
One behind the curtain.
Well, definitely Burr
Droop.
should be that way because
Yeah.
Burr's
Droop entering down here.
Yeah.
If that goes fuck up and they're not convinced by Droop, we've got the attack from up here still.
Yeah, and then we can still run him through.
Two of us in wait here. One of us in wait here.
I'll stay in this room because I want the range.
And the
for
other
that
thing
door.
as well, there's another curtain in this corridor. So perhaps somebody could stand behind that curtain. Someone could stand behind this wall. And then I'll get to this door, open it, go, we're under attack, and then run away. And
Yep.
behind the curtain, they'll run and follow me, and then they've got, all of a sudden, been attacked from either side here. Whilst the other two then run through the curtain by Groll's room, and then come up behind him through that door. Does that
Well-
make a bit more sense?
And that, listeners, is how you get your DM to plan your attack for you.
Well, the thing is that in all fairness, we've been sat here for 30 minutes talking about how we're going to take out these hobgoblins. And I
We
really
would have
need
been
to go
dead.
for a
We
wee.
should be dead
So,
by now.
I think I should stand here because I'm a bottleneck. So if there's
Okay.
ranged people,
here's the
Behind.
plan.
I need space if I wild shape, so I'm gonna stay in the biggest room. I think.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
No,
I
I
should
dunno,
have
we
stayed
need-
there then.
I'm going over here.
I mean, you've got smaller shapes. You don't necessarily have to turn into the dire wolf or the bear. You could turn into a normal wolf. Not quite as tasty,
Yeah.
but it would only take up
If
a
you go
medium space.
here, Pock, if you
Yeah.
go here, you can be in big shape because there's 4 there. Like if Millicent is
Okay.
behind that curtain there,
The thing is, yeah. So if you could hide down because you're little as a gnome, you could try and hide down in that rubble. I would allow that because you're very small.
Yeah.
And because ultimately all they've got to do is run through, and then you go boof, and you could pop up,
Yeah, I can do it.
and that way it blocks
Okay.
that door so they can't run away. But then you want to have, if you're going to do that, you're probably better to have scapes come up the rear to block off their escape backwards.
well, so maybe I should go behind that curtain.
So I would say that scapes goes back into that original corridor where you were listening when you first found out what was there. So when you've got where Burr is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's So if you were to wait there, that would be my suggestion. And then one person, Millicent, maybe behind this other curtain to the south.
Yep, I'll
Droop
go
can
there.
then run.
Ranged attacks.
Yeah. Maybe Burr can then wait kind of here in that room behind the wall. And then Scape can just come up and block the door behind them when they leave. If it works. There will be some dice rolls. Let's find out how that plan goes after the break.
Finally.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to take. We've got 16 viewers. There's been some cool chat in there. People, yeah, there's a lot to go through. Thanks, everyone's with us. 16 people. So a couple of you have just joined us just as we're going on the break. So thanks for joining us. But sorry that you've joined at the wrong time. Please hang around for like 10 minutes. We're going to have a wee, get a drink, come back. Hopefully we'll be faster than that. But otherwise, Lecky Macon was again great with some advice. He was questioning the whole talking behind this curtain. So I have been chatting as well in the chat, and basically what I said was, you've got the pass without a trace. You rolled exceptionally well on your stealth. So I allowed it for a short amount of time before I stepped in, and then said. So yes, cool. And they've been talking about. They laughed because when I did my absolute best Nazi impersonation for one of the voices, so they were laughing about that. Someone made a comment about was it Nazi or Count Chocula? So it's great that people are engaged with us. We really do appreciate it, guys. We're going to go on a break, so while you're waiting, do us a favour, man. Like, drop us a review. You've got nothing else to do for the next 10 minutes while you're waiting. Go on iTunes or go on Podcast Addict and drop us a review. Go on YouTube, and give us some love or something, guys. Because why the fuck not? I'm a dirty whore and I'm begging you. Right.
That's it, man. Just put it out there.
This is it. Put it out there. Right, guys. I'll see you in 5 minutes. All right.
I'll see you later.
Bye.